Now, to be fair, having a paper trail of offensive comments isn't just a Republican phenomenon. Up in Maine, there's a Democrat named Platner running for Senate, and he was getting a lot of momentum until this happened.
CNN reviews social media posts, mostly made under Platner's Reddit handle 5 years ago, that were deleted ahead of his campaign launch. In them, he once called himself a communist, dismissed all police as bastards, and said rural white Americans actually are racist and stupid.
Ooh, oh boy, a communist who hates police and thinks rural white people are stupid. Mr. Platner, you must step down from Maine's Senate race and move to Brooklyn to be their anointed king. I'm kidding. I think Platner still has a chance. Sure, his posts are offensive to rural white Americans, but keep in mind, most of them can't read. But hey, it's at least refreshing that we found someone's old posts. And for once, they weren't saying racist things about black people.
In another controversial comment, Platner referenced his time bartending, asking why black customers, quote, don't tip.
Okay, so now I'm having a hard time figuring out this guy's politics. He's like, we got to stop the police from abusing these cheap black people. Keep in mind, he's from Maine, so the stereotype he's relying on is based on the one black guy from Maine. And that black guy is actually just a white guy who likes hip-hop. And this is why I never post on Reddit. Well, that and I'm banned, okay? Apparently, Ask Me Anything doesn't include asking for butthole pics. And again, my apologies to historian Doris Kearns Goodwin. There's a lot of strange jokes here, and you guys are doing a great job with it. Just want you to know. But look, I'm not going to pretend that these two guys are the same or that what they said is even on the same level. And one of the ways you can differentiate them is how they respond to their leaks. Platner, let's start with you. You asked why black people don't tip. Please report to the nearest podcast and explain what you meant.
What's your response to people who hear that and think that is like textbook racism and it's offensive?
I remember this time when I had first started bartending, and then I had a conversation with a friend of mine who was black, who was a bartender, who did a great job of walking me through structural injustice and the fact of feelings of lack of agency. There were a whole bunch of reasons, and after that I was like, oh yeah, that makes absolutely perfect sense.
Okay, there you go. Platner says, I thought black people didn't tip, but then I talked to a black person, and now I still think black people don't tip. But it's because of structural injustice. I give that apology a solid B-. And I will say, they should add that as an option to the iPad screen. 20%, 10%, or making up for structural injustice. I would do that. But okay, Platner acknowledged his mistake and learned from it, which is great to see. Plus, love the hair, okay? Now, what about Mr. Nazi Streak, Mr. Let's Send MLK Jr. Day to Hell? Let's see how he responded to his scandal.
Now, reached for comment by Politico, and Gracia's attorney said, in this age of AI, authentication of allegedly leaked messages is extremely difficult.
Okay, first off, if your apology starts with, in this age of AI, that's not a great apology. Babe, did you forget to flush the toilet? Listen, honey, in this age of AI... He didn't even say AI doctored his messages. He just said, AI exists, deal with it. I'm sorry, sir, but that apology is not going to cut it. If you think the administration of Donald J. Trump will tolerate Nazi rhetoric and ideas, the White House doors are closed to you, okay? But you can enter through the hole in the East Wing, because it's wide open.